Well, guess what? Christian didn't turn up this morning. So look at the judging today then. Well, this is what I did last week. This is last week's, this week's. So the winning cross was there. My couple of crosses were down here. I'm not that disappointed. It's about what I expected. The problem was this guy in the black, he wasn't that difficult. You could see he was looking relatively up that way somewhere. The guy behind him, he was a problem. He could have been looking anywhere from sort of here to up here. So he was a nightmare. So I was never going to do many crosses on this one. Actually, if you look over here on the right at the coordinates, the winning X coordinate was 2523, which was the same as my closest one, 2523. So on the vertical, I was spot on. But I was much lower. That's why I didn't commit much cash or crosses to this one, because there was no way you could judge from him, the guy on the left, where exactly he was looking. It was just going to be guesswork. Well, you couldn't not do it, could you? If you're a big fan of BOTB like me, you're not going to not play it, especially when you've got a free ticket. So I just chucked a couple in by there. I thought, well, I'm not really expecting to win. Let's have a quick look at the judging video. So here's where the judges are gone. It's quite a wide-ish spread from both angles here. In fact, I thought this player on the left here, I thought the spread would have been bigger from him. I thought it would have started lower and gone up higher, because it's, like I said, it's guesswork as to where he's actually looking. And looking at this picture, I'm not convinced they can take any of these out. If you look at the distance to the ones at the top, bottom, left, right, they're all roughly the same sort of distance. I know I've said this before, of course they would be, because the middle one's the average. But yeah, I don't see that you can take any out of there, really. Of course, they've done the usual chat about this fella in black. I think he's at the top of the bounce, and he's headed it this way, and his arms are this way, and everything. All the unnecessary stuff, which really doesn't matter. So I've had a look at the end result, and they haven't taken any crosses away. That's exactly the final result there. And to be fair, I think it's reasonable this week. And I think most weeks the judging is reasonable. Sometimes it's spot on. Sometimes it's absolutely horrendous, like last week was a disaster. But most of the time it's reasonable. It's acceptable. And I think this was actually, even though I was only in zone 3, I think this is actually better than I expected from the judges, in that they're a lot more closer together than I thought they'd be. I thought it'd be a hell of a lot more spread out, higher and lower. Alright, let's have a look at my my crosses for this week's competition then, because the picture struck me as really bizarre this week. Alright, there's no crosses on here because I just wanted to show you the picture. There's a lot of anomalies here which struck me as really weird. If you look at this fella on the left here, in the wearing a Tesco carrier bag with 22 on the back, look where he's looking. He's looking sort of to the left of the player in black, or slightly above his head. He's not looking behind him where you'd think he would be looking, because that's where the black fella in black is looking. Then he's got these two fellas down here that are watching from the sidelines. They also look as though they're looking at the fella in a carrier bag, rather than looking over there. Just thought it was a bit odd. It's like as if they've added this as an afterthought just to make the picture a bit better. And then you've got the fella at the back and the one over the other side. These two fellas at the back. They're bigger than the fellas in the front, so they're clearly giants. But then this black player, at first I thought, well, he obviously doesn't like the other player, because he's doing a taekwondo jumping spinning kick to kick him in the stomach. And then I thought, no, he's not actually doing that. This fella in the black just doesn't like harp players, because if you look at this fella's hands, he's playing a fucking harp. So there he is, minding his own business, playing Football's Coming Home on a harp, and this guy's done a jumping spinning kick, kicked his harp across the field. Anyway, I'm only going to do one or two this week. I think I'll do the free one, and I'm going to do the £175,000 cash, because this is another strange one, really. I mean, the guy in black isn't too difficult. He's looking in sort of this direction. But I don't think the judges are going to be very accurate on figuring out where this player on the right is looking. I think some are going to be going up here somewhere, some are going to be over here. I think it's going to be a wide range there. So I'm not committing this week. Again, I'm just going to put just two crosses, just a free one and the 175,000. So there you go. It's a nice brief video this week. Thanks for watching.